Alright, welcome back to the Forgotten City, also for all of you watching this on YouTube on a later date. So, we will continue solving the mystery of the Forgotten City first. And let's see that I had the correct save. I did check the saves, and I could go back to the palace with the saves, but the timing of the previous time loop was such that I'm not gonna bother. And I think well, I guess that's something to explore on next playthrough or something, because I'm pretty sure I can't get to the palace again. And I'm not gonna worry about that. But yes, just to recap a little, we have already saved. We have already saved Julia. We have dealt with the assassin. We have dealt with Rufus's rheumatism. And also dealt with Virgil's situation by helping Rufus. We did find our way into the palace. We didn't find Naivia till we saw her, but then because of the timing of the day, I basically got kicked out or had to run away. And then, right, well, that's more than just that. These are kind of daily things. So for those of you here on stream, if you did not watch the previous part, this game is mystery solving, kind of detective kind of thing. You talk to a lot of people, and this game was originally a Skyrim mod that was then turned into a standalone game, and it is fantastic as far as kind of the plot goes, or how the writing goes. It has pretty deep themes going into religion and ethics and morale. So I've been really enjoying this. But now we have to figure out things. We have to figure out what happened to Scintilla. So I think I will go save Ulpius now, or hopefully I'll be able to save Ulpius, because then I think we will learn more about what happened to Scintilla. I think I have Malleolus's election covered, because we have some details on him. We know that Malleolus is Christian. We got the information from the assassin, so I think we can use that to force Malleolus out of the election, because if we don't, he turns off the golden rule and everyone dies. Galerius is a good guy. We can probably convince him to join. Join if Malleolus drops, and I think we can even talk to Sentius, the magistrate, the guy who gave us the task to stop this sin from happening today. So we can probably get Galerius on board on that. Yes, we need to find a way into the upper cistern. I'm thinking that I could maybe get there without getting this key. So we'll explore that. We'll go and save Ulpius. And yeah, Livia is still a mystery. So if you did not watch before, what is happening here is that we are in an ancient Roman city, kind of hidden underground, a really weird place to begin with. And in this place there's what they call the golden rule, that if anybody breaks the golden rule or sins, everyone dies. What happens in practice, like if the forbidden thing is done, it is a little vague what is actually forbidden and what is not. But if someone does that, these golden statues here in this place turn alive, and shoot everyone with golden bow, which I also happen to have now. And they shoot everyone and turn them into gold statues. And I was asked by the magistrate Sentius to stop this, as he knows that the golden rule is real, and he opened the portal for me. That at least that's my understanding, that he opened the portal that I got in with. So our job here, I guess our main goal here, is to stop the sin from happening today, so that this place doesn't die. However, I am more interested in learning what the hell is this place, and what is this golden rule. Why has someone, because this place has been running like this for a long time. There's a lot of golden statues from the previous iterations of this place, and I want to solve the whole thing. Again, going to the wrong place. Okay, Ulpius is here. So we know that Ulpius is going to kill himself. I will find you. We know that Ulpius is going to kill himself.
Salve, friend.
You don't stop him.
I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far?
We also know that Octavia is a Christian, but we haven't really had a chance to talk to Octavia much, because she runs away if we don't save Ulpius. So yeah, let's talk to Ulpius and see how we do this time.
All right, well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no. Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please, please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him.
I think I got this. Octavia. Så hej Fossentep.
Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
Okay. So we know that we can kind of get Ulpius away from this attempt by mentioning Scintilla. But then last time I kind of chose my words poorly, and he still went through with it, so let's go with that.
You know about that? How is that possible? I mean, I've never mentioned it to anyone.
You'd never believe me if I told you.
Well, if you say so. You don't understand. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want it all to be over.
Maybe I can help.
It's too late for that. Yulia and I made a pact, and she's already swallowed hemlock this morning. If I backed out now, I'd be betraying her. I can't do that.
Well, we got that taken care of. Delivered an antidote.
Oh, really? That changes things a little. But we're still in debt bondage to that monster. Unless you happen to have 2,000 denarii to pay off both of our debts.
Well, actually I do, but the thing is kind of, do I want to... Well, actually I don't necessarily need to give it to him, I just need to tell that I have it. Okay, let's first ask... No, but this turned out ugly when I started asking why do they need it, but let's go that way still.
Yulia and I are in debt bondage to Malleolus. We might as well be slaves. And that's how much it will take to buy our freedom back.
I see.
So, Do you have the money or not?
Actually, I do.
Really? Wait. So, I guess you'd want me to work for you then?
Sure, why not? No. You'd be free.
You'd do that for us? A couple of complete strangers?
If I have to, of course I would.
It seems today we're both blessed. This did not turn out how I thought. Thank you, friend. I never thought people like you existed.
I actually need to give the money? Oh shit. Okay.
Thank you. I'll go and pay off our debts immediately. I just wish there was some way I could repay you. But I have nothing but the tunic on my back.
Well, actually, you could tell me about your relationship with Scintilla.
Ah. And there it is. All right. Scintilla and I were in love. And then, 22 days ago, she went missing.
Why don't you start from the beginning, Ulpius?
All right. One night a few months ago, when I was cleaning Malleolus' villa, I heard a young woman singing. It was the most beautiful thing I had ever heard. I wasn't allowed out, so once everyone else was asleep, I climbed up the inside of the villa and onto the roof, just to see where that sound was coming from. And that's when I saw her. Standing in the garden of the magistrate's villa, I just sat there on the roof, listening to her with my chin on my knees. And for the first time in a long time, I felt hopeful. And then she looked up and saw me and she smiled. I knew at that moment the fates had brought me to her. And from the moment she asked my name with this warmth and curiosity, I knew I'd have done anything for her. And so for weeks on end, each night I'd climb out of the villa and into her father's garden. We'd hold hands and talk about all the things we'd do once we got out of here. Like having our own vineyard. And then one morning I woke up and everyone was out searching for her. They said she'd vanished in the night. All I could do was keep my head down and try to hide how beside myself I was. Scintilla was the one thing that made my life bearable. But with her gone, things unraveled quickly. You saw how bad it got.
Is it possible she escaped somehow?
All I know is she loved me. And if she had known a way out, she would have told me. She'd never have taken her own life. And there's no way anybody could have killed her under the Golden Rule. I can't prove it, but I just know she's still alive somehow. Even now, it's as if I can hear her voice in my head, crying out to me. That can only mean one thing. Somebody abducted her. I have no idea how, or who would want to do something like that to such a sweet, lovely girl. But what else could have happened?
I kinda agree with that. Because we found Scintilla's medallion in the cisterns below. And it was on a skeleton. That was very likely not her. The only one I can think of is Sentius, but I think we need to go talk to Sentia, Scintilla's sister. If she knows something about Scintilla possibly wanting to escape. Still. Any ideas about who might have taken her?
My guess? Malleolus had something to do with it. He is without doubt The most evil man I have ever known. I have no idea where he'd be keeping her, but there is one room in his villa, upstairs, which is always locked. I've never seen the inside of it, and I haven't been able to steal a key without breaking the golden rule. But I have a feeling that if you could get in there somehow, it would shed light on a great many things.
Yeah, I was already there. There was just Claudia there, Malleolus' wife.
Oh, I see. That was the only idea I had. I'll give it some more thought. Come and find me a little later. I'll go and take care of things with Malleolus and tell Yulia the good news. Thanks again, friend. I'll never forget what you did for us.
But the thing is, how can I... Actually, I need to talk to Octavia. But, okay. We have collected so much money. If needed, we have money to do that once again. But, at least until now, if we have time loop, we have not needed to do things like that again. Spend resources, basically. The waters have something to do with whoever is actually behind. Octavia?
What you did was extraordinary, and I'll never forget it. I'm thankful that you're here. Can I help you with something?
I hope you can. Can you tell me about yourself?
Here, in this place, the magistrate has me earning my keep by cleaning and pruning the gardens. It's not quite how I expected my life to go. I used to live in a lovely villa on the banks of the Tiber. I was even betrothed to a handsome young man from a prominent family. But long hours of menial labor for the good of the community has its own charms too, I suppose.
How did you end up here? Let me guess. You washed ashore of the river and someone lured you into the temple.
Oh, much the same way as many of the others. When the fires came to Rome, 7 months ago, my family and I fled for the Tiber, hoping to escape on a barge. We were among the fortunate ones with enough coins for passage, but unfortunately, there were a lot of desperate people, and they boarded before we could depart. A scuffle broke out, and I was pushed overboard. The last thing I remember was the water, rising up to hit my cheekbone. I woke up by the river, near that shrine, and stumbled across this place.
Okay. That was enough of information from the people to have the common thread we already know, but now the character got it as well. She didn't mention anyone pulling her from the river like everyone else, including me.
Oh, that's all right. I'm sure it's all part of God's plan for me.
Yeah, but what God? Right, and she's a Christian. Don't you mean the gods?
Oh yes, of course. A slip of the tongue. If you like.
Do you know a way out of here?
I'm afraid not. Although, I did once hear someone gossiping down at Aurelia's tavern about a possible way out. I don't put a lot of stock in such rumors, but if you're desperate and wealthy, you could look into it, I suppose. If that doesn't work, then I suppose we're all stuck here until the gods decide our fate.
Yeah, but Aurelia is just selling poison, and that's a scam.
Oh, I see. Well, that doesn't surprise me. I'm sorry I even suggested it. I won't make that mistake again.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. I think about those words a lot. I'd like to think that if we all love our neighbours as ourselves and do to them as we'd have them do to us, then we'll all be fine. But on the other hand, I was always taught the intent of man's heart is evil from his youth, and that all of us are born with a tendency towards sin. And that's where I get stuck. Is it true? Are we born with a tendency towards sin?
Well, I think people are fundamentally good.
You don't think that's a little naive? I suppose you've never seen what I've seen. Innocent men and women, torn apart in arenas while thousands of Romans look on and cheer.
Fair point.
If that's true, then sooner or later, things are going to end badly for all of us down here. Unless, of course, there's some kind of divine intervention.
You mean like me? Yeah, there's going to be some intervention, alright?
I wish I shared your faith.
Alright, but yeah, we already knew she was a Christian before she started slipping about God and gods. So you're Christian, Octavia? I know.
Please keep that to yourself. I know you're not from around here, but things are very difficult for us right now. There was a terrible fire in Rome last year, and our emperor decided to make us his scapegoats. There were executions. It was horrible.
Hey Kubis. Hey Trendsbooty. Good to see you guys here. Your secret is safe with me, Octavia.
Oh, thank you. You have no idea how much I appreciate that.
Well, I guess we did get information about the common pattern, but that's about it.
Ah, that's a shame. Another time then.
Okay. Let's speed up things a bit. Let's go and talk to... Oh, where are you going? Where are you going? No, that's Equisha. Wait, actually, we do need to talk to you as well.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
Right. Let's actually first talk about these, because I have not talked about these with her. Does she know a way out of here?
I don't, I'm afraid. It seems to me we're exiled here until the gods judge us, one way or another.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
I'm quite sure it's the work of the gods, which is strange because they've never been particularly concerned with our misdeeds, as long as we've kept the peace of the gods. We asked for blessings, for good health, bountiful harvest, military victory, and in return, we offer praise, wine, incense, or animals. But here, it seems they require much more of us. I find myself reminded of an especially pertinent tale from our great poet Ovid in his epic Metamorphoses. Would you like to hear it? It is rather long.
Well, actually, I have time.
Wonderful. It goes like this. Baucis and Philemon were an old married couple living a humble life in a small town. One night, the town gets a visit from a couple of vagrants. They go from door to door, asking for a place to stay the night. Of course, being vagrants, they're turned away sharply from house after house, 1,000 in all, until finally they come to the little cottage where Baucis and Philemon lived. Now, the kind old couple had very little to offer, but nevertheless, they invite these strangers into their house and offer them food, wine, and a place to stay. Immediately, the guests make themselves at home. They begin gulping down the old couple's wine, so much so that Baucis, the old lady, begins to worry they're going to run out. And then she notices something strange. Her wine pitcher keeps refilling itself, as if by magic. Realizing only a select few possess such powers, says to her husband, Philemon, "I think these men are gods in disguise." Immediately the couple begins apologizing for offering such coarse wine. and the vagrants metamorphosize and reveal themselves to be Jupiter, the king of the gods, and Mercury, the trickster god. They confide they didn't mind the meager offerings. They were just pleased that someone in the town offered them hospitality. Then Jupiter says to them, "You have passed our test, but everyone else in this city failed, so we are going to destroy this place and everyone in it, except you, who we will grant a wish." So old Baucis and Philemon escape up into the mountains safely, and they receive their wish, which is for eternity together. Meanwhile, Jupiter carries through with his threat and wipes that city off the map. Some say the moral of that story is that we must all honor the sacred rituals of guest friendship, the reciprocal obligations owed between hosts and guests. But I like to think it's that we should always show compassion for those less fortunate than ourselves.
Perhaps it's that guards might kill you at any moment for failing their test. Yeah, I agree with you, Equisha.
I'm pleased to hear it.
Okay, but let's go for the pattern.
Interesting. I'm not sure why you're telling me, but you've come to the right person. Did you find a pattern then? What have you noticed?
Some people have mentioned river, and interestingly this connects to the whispers I keep hearing about that she weeps where the water falls, and her tears run through the city.
Yes, I understand many of our friends were carried here by a river current. What else?
That's all I noticed so far.
There are definitely some common threads there. But I think we'll need at least a few to ensure we're not just seeing coincidences. Keep asking people how they wound up here. I don't want us to rush to any conclusions yet. Livia's fate weighs heavily on my mind, and dictates we should be sure. Yes, you should ask the others first.
Yeah, I think so.
Come back to me once you've acquainted yourself with the rest of our neighbors.
Okay. Cynthia. No. Aleolus. I assume Ulpius has been here already.
Did you just scale the wall to my villa somehow? I must remember to have words with that buffoon Domitius. Well, why have you risked life and limb to see me?
Well, I actually just came through the door. But yeah. I know your real name. Quinctius. We know this from his eyes.
My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You seem to have confused me with someone else.
Because of the green and blue eye. Just like the description in this execution order from Emperor Nero.
You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different colored eyes. And I'm hardly the only person with the condition. Alexander the Great had it too, as it happens. I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more.
He's a tough one to crack. Apparently Quinctius also suffers from delusions of grandeur.
Well, I am not suffering from any delusions, as today's election will firmly establish.
Okay. I can't prove it's you yet, but I will.
Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Now, was there something else you wanted?
I don't think he's going to withdraw from the election. I thought this would be it, but he's a tough one. So let's still talk about this.
Are you insane? You barge into my villa uninvited and then make outrageous demands? Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win?
Yeah, we could go with this. I'm going to kill you. No, because as soon as you win, you're going to break the golden rule.
Don't talk nonsense. There's no such thing as the golden rule.
You're going to arrest Sentius for treason and sentence him to death by gladiatorial combats.
How could you possibly know that?
Aha! Aha! Would it be better to lie here that Domitius told me? You know what? This could actually work better than saying I know the future, because that sounds... Yeah, Domitius told me.
Nonsense! This is nonsense! I don't know how you know about my plans, but I'm absolutely sure Sentius is involved somehow. And now, I'm going to enjoy watching Domitius kill him even more. Now, get out of here! You outstayed your very limited welcome.
Well, that didn't work very well. Okay, we'll have to try something else with that. So let's unlock this other door as well. Okay, I do have to talk to Sentius. We haven't talked to Sentius since I arrived. And we haven't talked to Horatius either. Much.
Let me grieve my sister's death in peace, will you?
Oh, crap. Really? We have... Oh, shit. We have the time loop to talk to her again because I pissed her off. Oh, damn it.
What is it, citizen?
Do you know way out of here?
I went around asking the same questions when I first arrived. Never did find a way out.
First person who did not turn around.
Accept my situation. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. That's from Seneca the Younger, if you're interested.
What do you think about the Golden Rule, Horatius?
Well, as I always say, it's kind of like a divine version of the practice of decimation in the Legion. By threatening to execute 1 in 10 men, the idea is to ensure order and discipline among everyone. And it works. If you knew you could be executed because your brother-in-arms is planning a mutiny, well, you'd bloody well watch him like hundred-eyed Argus, wouldn't you? Because your only chance of saving yourself is to stop bad things before they happen. Makes us all responsible for keeping each other in check. It's brutal, of course, but effective. The Legion wouldn't be the most formidable force in the world without it.
That would be considered collective punishment, which is a war crime where I'm from.
A war crime? Isn't that a contradiction in terms? As Cicero said, in times of war the law falls silent.
That's messed up.
Your sort wouldn't last a week in the Legion.
So you're saying in the favor of the Golden Rule?
What's done is done. I was forced to execute my brothers-in-arms and...
Not the Golden Rule, but what's happened.
Visit me in my sleep. But life is harsh, and I've come to accept my lot. As with the Golden Rule, I don't have any control over it. So railing against it would be like trying to stop the seasons or the tides. As Seneca the Younger wrote, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient. For he that is so wants nothing. If you like.
Yeah. Let's talk about Senti life, but there's something more we can talk with Horatius.
What business is that of yours?
I found her amulet on a skeleton in the cistern.
Ah. I see. So, she's dead then?
I don't think she actually is, but you don't sound particularly upset.
Well, I'm not exactly happy about it. But what would be the point of getting upset? It's not going to bring her back. I'm just thinking of how I'm going to tell her father. I suppose it'll have to be tomorrow. After all,
This
the turmoil of the
is
election
so
out of the
weird
way.
talking.
Thanks for letting me know.
Talking to the back of the head.
Alright.
Or back of the helmet at least. Now you
Let me grieve my sister's death in peace, will you?
Okay. Okay. Let's see what we can get out of Magistrate's man.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
Yeah, can it be... Yeah, we've had this conversation before, Gentius.
We have? Wait, if I understand correctly, someone is about to break the golden rule, forcing me to create a portal in time to bring you here? I must have entrusted you with figuring out who the culprit is.
Yes.
Only, I assume we failed, and you had to start over.
Yes.
Is that about right? If so, what happened?
I broke it. I couldn't... Well... Yeah, I couldn't stop it being broken. At least like in the previous loop.
Ah, I see. Look, it's unfortunate, but all that matters now is that you make use of what you've learned and gathered and do better next time. Now, I assume you sought me out again for a reason?
I like how you think, Munakas. We might actually try that. So because Sentius is the one opening the portal, what if I kill Sentius? Is that game over? That's worth of science for sure. Let's see if there's a common pattern on how Sentius got here.
Sextus Sentius Imperiosus is my name, though Magistrate is the proper way to address me. Before I wound up here, I was a decurion in the cavalry of Imperial Rome, helping protect civilization from the barbarians.
What's a decurion?
It's a cavalry officer. I had 30 men under my command. This was my uniform.
We might be commanding some cavalry later on today with Bannerlord, but why are you still wearing it?
As Magistrate, I usually wear a toga, but today I may need to survive long enough to create the portal for you, so it seemed prudent.
How did you end up here?
My men and I were at the Emporium in Rome as honor guard for a visiting dignitary arriving upriver by barge. Now, the port is usually bustling, but just as our guests arrived, waves of people began running toward the river from streets and alleyways in every direction. They were trying to escape a terrible fire. Unfortunately, the crowd sent my horse into a panic, and I remember it losing its footing by the water's edge. The next thing I knew, I was waking up on a riverbank not far from here in the company of some stranger. I went looking for my horse and discovered that lonely temple. You can probably figure out the rest.
Okay, there we go. Now we have 3 people mentioning the stranger as well. How did you come to be magistrate?
I was elected 7 months ago, uncontested because of my command experience. Since then, there's been growing agitation for another election. They're supposed to be annual, but I agreed to hold it sooner, hoping it would placate my constituents. Unfortunately, it just seems to have emboldened certain elements instead. Very well.
Okay, let's talk about the investigation. Let's talk about Oh, wow, okay.
Good. Now, was there something else you wanted
Why can't
to
we
discuss?
talk about Scintilla? I know how that's going to work. Do you know a way out of here? Well, actually, he knows about the portal, but let's still ask about this.
If I did, I'd have led these people out of here already.
Alright. But maybe that's the... Maybe that's one of the endings, that I actually found a way out from here. I did learn about aqueducts possibly leading us out from here, but there's no access to them. Maybe it's the upper cistern. What do you think about the Golden Rule?
I've had plenty of time to think about it. Let me see if I can sum up my thoughts. I've always considered my guiding star to be the well-being of the Roman people. Our survival and prosperity have always hinged upon honoring the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. Give the gods what they want and we all prosper. Dishonor them and we all die. It's as simple as that. The real enemy in this place is not the Golden Rule, but human failings. The temptation to slide into degeneracy, greed, and hubris. I trust that answers your question.
I think so. I would like you to release Dooley.
You mean Duilius? Releasing him is out of the question, I'm afraid. That man is a liability we simply cannot afford. Perhaps you're not aware he was caught multiple times, sneaking around in places he should not have been.
Why are there places that people can't go to? So what did he do?
Look, I can see where you're going with this. You think me cruel. I assure
No.
you that is not the case. You may not be aware of this, but it was not so long ago, during the Republic, the law of the 12 Tables would have required that he be killed as soon as he was born, owing to his deformities. Here we see to it that he has food, water, and shelter, and most importantly, he is able to continue living. A privilege that would be taken away from all of us were he to be released and commit the crime of trespass. The man has no self-discipline, poor comprehension of what is going on around him, and is an incorrigible rule breaker. I will not jeopardize the lives of my people so that one man can go free. Now, was there something else?
Why can't I say that I need it to save us? I understand where he's kind of coming from with that, but also, why are there places in this place that are forbidden from people? So the upper cistern that is out of limits, and going there would be trespassing. That's probably then the key to everything. Let's talk about the Golden Rule and who's going to break it, because we do know.
Of course. What is it?
Yeah. Let's not... Yeah, I already figured out how to stop at least one person from breaking it.
Well, if you stopped one person from breaking it and you're still here, then there must be someone else about to break it still. Allow me to explain. When I discovered the ritual to Proserpina, the instructions came with a warning about paradoxes. The crux of it is this. If you do anything to change the course of history in such a way that your very being here is impossible, you will have created a paradox. To illustrate, when the Golden Rule is broken, I will open the doorway that will bring you here to prevent it from being broken. If you manage to succeed in saving our lives, then I will have no reason to open the doorway, and you will never have come here. A paradox, you see? The same thing would happen if you, say, inadvertently, allowed me to die. If I can't summon you, then you can't be here, obviously. If either of those things were to happen, I am given to understand you would be flung back to your original time, having changed the course of history for us, and yourself. So the fact that you are still here means someone is going to break the Golden Rule, and there is yet work to do. Understand?
I do understand, but in a way, started thinking that maybe if I actually shoot him, that's one of the possible endings. Just based on that logic of time travel and the portal, Now, but wait, would I just die or would I be back in my own time? That's interesting. That's definitely, I definitely want to test that. Yeah, I think I got it.
Excellent. So, it looks like you'll have to continue your investigation. Now, was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Not right now.
Thank you. I'll be waiting here for news.
Okay, hard save. Hard save and time for science. Let's do that. I saved the cliff jumper today. Just before you arrived, probably, if you didn't see that. Okay, this is probably going to be game over or something really weird happens.
Oh, don't be so foolish. If you kill me, we all die. Allow me to explain. When I discovered...
Oh, come on.
If I...
So if I killed you, everyone would die and I'd return to my original timeline with no way back?
Indeed.
No, I don't want to rethink this.
Thank you. I'll be waiting here for news.
This is exactly what I... Okay, here's the thing. Can I... What if I do that from like really far away? Does he still know that I'm doing it? No, there's no arrow drop.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Okay, he doesn't die for one shot. Damn it, he's good. No, he's too fast. Oh, damn it. Did I use a regular bow? Oh, crap. Oh, right. Oh, right, because I picked that up. Damn it. I need to drop the normal bow. Okay, because I don't need to shoot him. I don't need to shoot him many times when I actually use the... Okay, this is... because I don't think I can get... I can't drop that. There's no drop opportunity. Yeah, that's the... There we go, that's the golden bow.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
He doesn't turn into gold? What the hell? Oh, come on.
The statues. They're golems.
This is weird. This is hard-coded. Yeah, let me try that. Did I actually hit him? Once more for science. Once more for science. Let's make sure I actually hit the head. Definitely hits.
For the sins of the one.
I found a possible ending.
Oh. Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
I know, Al. I came here to find you.
Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I'm Zemalf. I was hoping you'd know who I am.
Funny you should ask. I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. My Latin is kinda rusty, but the last entry mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the shrine of Proserpina and murdered a local magistrate, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said that the voice of a furious god rang out, and the ground trembled and statues sprang to life, firing arrows at the city's inhabitants. Apparently, as the citizens screamed and died in pain, the stranger just vanished in a flash of light.
Yep, that was me.
What? You're saying you were here 2,000 years ago? I'm not sure I understand.
When I first arrived here in present day, I found your corpse hanging from a noose. Right here.
I'm sorry, come again?
I still have the suicide note you carved into this tablet. Here.
Let me see that. God, why does this writing look so familiar?
Yeah,
I've spent a
wonder
lifetime
why.
in this place going around and around in circles. This is disturbing, but I don't understand how I could have written it.
It was written by a different version of you. I changed the past and your fates.
I'm not following.
Oh, Al. Oh, Al. I killed a man who opened in a time portal and drew you back in time, preventing it from ever happening.
So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead, he never created a time portal, so I never went through it, and that's why I don't remember any of this?
Pretty much.
I guess. So what you're really saying is, you brought me back from the dead to let me die all over again. You saw the tablet. I spent a lifetime searching for a way out and never found one. I can't see how I could possibly find one now, so it seems like we're both gonna die here.
Wait, what? Oh, right, we are actually stuck in the ruins. Yeah, I'm also wondering why. Well, he did wash ashore, I guess. Just like me from the river. But yeah, I regret nothing. This was science.
How can you say that? You murdered a man in cold blood.
Yes.
And now there's a city full of dead people.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a
What's
matter
gonna happen
of time
anyway?
before we join them. I guess all those old Latin inscriptions were right. Pro peccata unius multis dolabunt. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Ending. Okay, so what explains that we are still in the ruins of the place. We are still in the ruins of the place. We didn't actually get out. But okay, we got one of the endings, and also good to know that there's three of us for us to explore. I didn't exactly plan to explore the different endings, so of course we are not. But of course we are not going to stop here. We are going to continue. Yes, I am a sinner for science. how many have used that line in the history? All right, but yeah. How many would have survived if you didn't kill Sentius in cold blood? Yeah, I believe this Nick Pierce was the one who created the original mod for Skyrim and then proceeded into doing this game. But actually, we are not gonna watch the credits now because this is not the end. It was just one of the endings. Just one of the endings, but I think this is a good spot to take just a quick break before I go back. So we'll be... It's weird. Was this actually the save? Let me just see. Okay, good. That was the time confused me there. I thought that I actually lost the save I was supposed to take. But yes, a short break, and then let's go for another ending. Let's find one I'm satisfied with, and if we have a choice, of course, we will try to take the other endings as well. But let's see if we're gonna save the city. But I think what I would really like is to get out of this place completely, like escape the place. But a short break, and then we'll continue.